Good evening to you on this, the coldest January 17th in Cleveland history. Early today, thermometers plunged to 17 below zero, and that's only 2 degrees better than the all-time cold temperature recorded ever here, 19 below. And the blowing, drifting snow made traveling treacherous. I counted a couple of dozen cars disabled by breakdowns or accidents on the drive into work this afternoon. And as you can see from these shots earlier today, driving has been a day-long nightmare. Tow truck operators tell City Camera they've been running 5 and 6 hours behind on the emergency calls coming in. You should think about that if you're deciding whether to go out or stay in tonight. At Brook Park and State Road in Parma, driving was about as dangerous as it ever could be. A water main broke here and turned the street into a sheet of ice. And the street was closed for a while as road crews chopped away. Jim, it looks like this kind of weather is going to be hanging in for a while.
And that means there is not much at all to look forward to except more of the same of very cold air and very dry air. As most folks know by now, the temperatures of the last few days have been record breakers, dipping way, way below zero. Dick, any warming ahead at all, even to get back up to zero?
Well, Jim, the thermometer tonight will not show temperatures nearly as cold, but with a wind chill factor again, we should be around 40 to 50 below in that area. High today, 2 below. Morning low, as Jeff indicated, 17 below. We've lost a degree even as I speak out at Hopkins. They're down to 3 below now. We have not been above zero here for the last 38 hours. I think we will make it tomorrow, but there is no abrupt end to this brutal cold weather.
Columbia Gas Company, which serves areas to the west and south of the city, has made big cutbacks in industrial gas allotments. And today, Columbia asked industries and businesses to voluntarily close until the weather breaks. Columbia spokesman tells City Camera they don't yet know how many industries and businesses have gone along with their request, but they're making that same request again this evening. And District Manager Tom Harris says he hopes that schools will shut down until the weather breaks.
We're asking all commercial customers, schools, offices, and stores and so forth to stay closed if they can, and certainly the schools use a large volume of gas over the state, and it would be helpful.
Tom, a final question. Do you foresee, if the weather does not break in the next couple of days, that you might have to go to mandatory cutbacks, even clear down to residents?
Well, I don't know that we'll get down to residents. Of course, that's what we're out to protect, but there is always that possibility. If the weather continues the way it has here in the last 24 hours, no telling what could happen.
And the other area gas company is making cuts too. Jim has the latest on that.
As is Columbia Gas, the East Ohio Gas Company is taking some drastic steps to conserve fuel. Following earlier cutbacks to large industrial plants, EOG today notified about half its 50,000 large commercial category customers, those are office buildings, stores, and malls, that they must reduce the usage of natural gas to an absolute minimum, that is, to a maintenance level only to prevent freezing. East Ohio is also asking all schools, colleges, and universities to close and not to reopen tomorrow. And the company is urging residential customers to reduce gas usage as much as possible. East Ohio is coming close to the all-time record for use of natural gas. Earlier today, EOG President Dudley Taw visited our noon show, and reporter Dave Buckle asked about the possibility of cutbacks in gas service to homes.
Well, heaven forbid that we ever get into curtailing as far as residentials are concerned. And if we ever do, then we're in a very chaotic condition as far as the state. I don't look forward to that. However, we certainly would like to have the consumer under these circumstances because, you know, jobs are very, very important. This morning, for example, Ford and General Motors and all of them, and General Electric, you know, had to tell their people not to come in. And it's very important that the economy of the state continue. So we're hoping that the consumer himself will set his thermostat on his own, 60 to 65 degrees.
Well, as bad as it is, Taw went on to say today that the situation is not yet a crisis one, but could be very soon.
As we've said, industries served by both East Ohio and Columbia Gas have had their gas allotments cut back or have been asked to voluntarily cut back to bare maintenance levels. So this is not going to be a complete listing, but here are some of the industrial companies that are going to stay closed tomorrow.
You have to be out, dress warmly, and don't wear tight clothing that will put your skin closer to the cold. If you get frostbite, thaw the affected area quickly with warm water. Don't stand in front of a fire, you could get burned. And don't rub the affected area with snow. That's an old wives' tale that can only increase your danger. Jeff?
Thank you, Jim. The season of cold is also the season of indoor.
I would say teens on Wednesday, 20s perhaps Thursday, but it looks like we'll have a relapse on Friday.
Oh, wow.
We'll take a look at all kinds of things, including those puppies from Friday after this. Here now is a survey of how temperatures sagged in Ohio and nearby states this morning. In many cases, these are all-time records. We missed by 2 in Cleveland. Cincinnati, 24 below. That is their all-time record. Now, this rivals the greatest outbreak of cold weather in American weather history. And that came in February of 1899 when at Milligan, Ohio, south of Zanesville in Perry County, they had a low of 39 below. Now, that again was in 1899. As I indicate, these are record temperatures in nearly every location, and in some locations these are all-time records dating from the year 1871. We have now gone just shy of 39 hours since we have been above zero in Cleveland. It was 4 a.m. Sunday we got below zero. The record there is about a 72-hour period back in 1899. I don't think we will achieve that. We should begin by Wednesday with a bit of sunshine here, and there was sunshine in northern Ohio this morning, but not here in the Northeast. By Wednesday in the teens, and then I hope Thursday the 20s, but the winds aloft are still telling that story, that air coming down out of Canada caused by the huge high pressure out over Hawaii, and another blast of cold air is due late in the week. Satellite today showed in the northern counties, the northern states rather, we had a good deal of cloud cover mixed with some sunshine. Low pressure is now out in Missouri. We've got some snow even now. 15 and 25 tonight and tomorrow. Fiercely cold on a thermometer 5 to 12 below, but minus 40 in the wind chill. Windy, some snow and blowing snow through tomorrow. High tomorrow 8 to 10. Low tomorrow night 0. Wednesday partly sunny, still cold, but up to 15. We'll have Monday on Wall Street after this.
Hour continues from New York, the CBS Evening News.
Have a good evening. Keep warm.